Hello guys, welcome back to tutorial. Hope you people are doing well. Okay, in today's tutorial we are going to learn how to make this crossbody bag with flap. But before I start, I want to thank all of you, my subscribers, and those who are yet to subscribe. Please subscribe to support me. Let's get started. Okay, these are the leather I'm going to use for this tutorial. I've cut all of it out and I've also shaped it. So I will explain to you what we are going to do now. So this is the front leather. I've already shaped it. So what I have here is 4 inches by 7.5 inches, 4 by 7.5. So now I'm going to put it in a lining this way. I will sew it. After sewing it, I will flip it over and top stitch. That's what I'm going to do on this one. So on this one, this is the front pocket. For the front pocket, I have 7.5 inches by 5.75 inches. So I'm going to put it on the lining like this and stitch it round. That's what I'm going to do on this one. Then for the back, I have 9 inches by 7.5 inches. This is the flap. If you look at it, I have shaped it. I also shaped the down parts. I took in 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. And what I have for the flap is 8 inches by 7.25. Remember, our body is 7.5 and here I have 7.25. So now I'm going to cut it out now. So now that I'm done cutting it out, I'm going to put it in my lining this way. Watch me. I will sew from this point this way, and this way. I will turn it right side facing my lining. I will sew it this way, and this way. So this is the flap now. So I'm going to notch it round this way, especially on these curved areas. I'll just notch it round. Be careful not to cut through your thread when you are notching it. So now after notching it round, I will turn it to the right side. So I'm going to take it to my machine now, pushing the lining in this way. Make sure you push your lining in very well. I will top stitch it round. So this is the front pocket. You can see I've top stitched my lining on it. So I'm going to use my belt and tape here. I'm just going to tape here. So you can see I've done sewing my lining and my leather together. I've also top stitched it. Now I will use, as it is like this, I will use the back to shape it. I'll just place the back on it, make sure that it's equal up here. Then I will use it to shape my lining so that it will be of the same size. So this is the flap. I'm done top stitching it. This is what I have now. So I'm going to pick my back now. This is my back. So I'm going to come down by 1.5 inches here. I'm taking 1.5 inches. That's it. So at this line I'm going to get the midpoint now. That's the midpoint. So this my flap, I will also get the midpoint of my flap. So I'm going to see the way I placed it. I'm going to put it midpoint facing each other on that line. Midpoint facing each other. Then I will stitch it down. After stitching it down, I will move it this way and top stitch it. I've top stitched my flap. You can see it. I've also put my design logo if you want to. This is optional. I've put my magnetic lock. From here I took half inch before I fixed it. Half inch. I centralized it. So now I'm going to stitch this. You can see I have taped it. I've taped my pocket. I'll just put it here. Remember that it has to be equal with the back. I'll just sew it this way, together with the lining. This way, and this way. I will stop here. That's what I'm going to do now. So I'm using this for my gusset. So the width of my gusset is 3 inches. For the down gusset, I'm using I have here 21 inches. That's inclusive my seam sewing allowance. While for the upper gusset, I have 11.5 inches, also inclusive my sewing allowance. So I have a lining for it. If you look at this, my upper gusset or zipper gusset, I marked the line on it. What I just did, I divided it into two. This is 1.5 inch. This is 1.5 inch. So I'm going to cut it into 2. So now I'm going to get my zip cloth. I will bring my lining for the zipper gusset. This is my lining. I will place my zip cloth on it this way. Then I will bring my leather. The right side of my leather will face the right side of my zip cloth. I'll put it this way. Then I will stitch it. After stitching it, I will turn it over and top stitch. I will do same on this side of the lining also with this. Then for this my down gusset, I'm going to bring my adjuster. Then I'll put my belt on it this way. Place it on this my down gusset. I will centralize it. Make sure that the space you have from this point to this point and from this point to this point is equal. So I will sew it. So I'm done sewing my zip cloth to my leather, and I've also fixed my zip head. So on this side I have fixed my adjuster. So I'm going to bring it together this way. See it, if you do the right thing, everything will be equal. You bring it together, then bring your lining, keep your lining this way. Then your lining and lining will be facing each other this way. Then put your leather, centralize everything, and you centralize it and you stitch on it. After stitching it, I will turn it over and top stitch. So you can see I'm done joining this side. So on this side now, I will bring my belt. The length of this my belt, this is 1.5 inch belt, and the length is 50 inches. So I'll bring it, I'll put it here, centralize it the way I did on the other side. I will stitch it. So after stitching it here, I will bring my two leathers together this way. So as it is this way, I will also bring my lining this way, right side facing each other this way. The two lining will face each other. I will stitch it. After stitching it, I will turn it and top stitch. When I top stitch it, I will sew the leather together with the down gusset. Okay, now I'm going to pipe this now, both the front and the back leather. So what I will do, I will just put it on top of my lining this way. You know what, we always start our piping from the down. We start piping from there. I'll put my piping cord on it and pipe it round. The same thing I will also do on this, but this, when I get to this side, I'll move my flap this way and pipe it round. Okay, you can see I'm done piping it round. I pipe it round. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to sew this my leather now to my gusset. So this is my gusset. I'll put my handle inside this way. So I will bring this is the upper side of my leather. I'll match the two notch points. We have to notch your gusset. You fold it this way. You make sure that the joining parts are together. Then you notch it. Make sure that the joint part is together. You notch. You also come to this side and also do the same thing. So now, this place that is there is zipper will be on the upper side, which is this side. Which is this side. This side that I taped is the down side. So I will bring the two notch points together. You clip it. You bring the down one together also. And clip. This one also, the taped side, this side that I tape will be on the down. Put it together and clip. And put here also together and clip. So I will now take it to my sewing machine and arrange it and sew. If you do the right thing, see, it's equal. You can see it. So I'm going to sew it round this way. I will turn this one also and sew it round. Okay, you can see I'm done sewing it round. I've also taped it round. So now I'm going to open it to the right side. So I'm done turning it to the right side. So now I'm going to sew the handle complete and also put my lock, my bag lock. So I'm going to sew the handle now. Once I sew the handle, I'll just bring forward my flap this way and take note of where it falls and put the second lock so that the two will lock together. You can as well fix it this way, then you bring it, use it to get the particular place, press it down this way, it will give you a mark. You puncture those two places. So that's what I'm going to do now, and our bag will be ready. So this is our bag now. If you have watched it this extent and you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so to support me. This is the side pocket, and this is our zipper front. Thank you for watching till the end of this tutorial. Bye and God bless you.